Maybe some of you had like porn and go like, how does that hurt anybody? That didn't hurt anybody. That just hurt me. And remember we talked in the sex talk. Remember the great sex talk? It was so fun. We talked about sex and we talked about masturbation and porn and really that it has hurt you and it has taken you out of leadership and it has given you the ability to sit in the back row with your head down. And so some of you are coming from that or you haven't taken a leadership role in life. You've hurt people in that way. What I know about porn and all the variations of porn, it's only out there because it's a consumable product. So you have actually been responsible for making this product because you've condoned it and given people the ability to keep producing it. So you've actually been involved in the sex slave trade. You've been involved in horrific things to children because of you watching this. Whether it's whatever the variation of, you've given consent for them to keep producing that content because you've consumed it. So what we've done in forgiveness in this area is actually monetized it. So I know that, and it was just, we had to come up with something, so we chose the pocketbook. It speaks volumes. And so what we've kind of come up with is a percentage of what you made last year. And not just to give it anywhere, but to give it to an organization or a person that is helping fight against what you've condoned and approved. So that's a way of making amends. You see what I mean? It's a tangible thing that you've actually taken what you've done and condoned and said, no, I'm going to give $5,000 to this organization because they're going into schools and they're sharing about the harms of pornography. I'm not doing that, but they are. And can I partner with somebody like that and start donating money to them? That's a good way to make an amends in that area. So that's just one that people have trouble with. Like, how do I do that? That's a good option. So work with your pay setter or email or whatever you need to do to kind of, if you want help in some of these areas, I would be glad to help. So then we get to the end. We're at the mountain. The point of this is to have a spiritual experience with some of this stuff that I know that I've worked with people that have. I remember working with a guy that said, I get what you're doing here. There's two things I will never tell you. Like, so just let's get that straight. I was like, I wanted to go at him. But I said, hey, this is your journey. I'm just here to listen. And by the time we got into this, and by the time we got into the confession, he goes, I've decided that I'm going to tell you the two things right now. He told them to me. I was like, okay, slow down. I didn't hear him. No, I didn't say that. It was something that, for him, it was such a big deal and such a weight that he just, and I don't know what happened for the rest of that hour or two that we met, but I know he walked out of there on air. Like, seriously, I was like, watch it. There was an experience that happened that made him lighter. That's a spiritual experience. We can look at spiritual experiences different. Like, we don't have to be like, oh, an angel feather. Or like manna when I open a book. Or, like, those are cool things. But when I'm walking, floating on air, going, I did something that I said I would never do. I confess something to another man. That's a spiritual experience, an awakening, right? A new hope of like, I don't have to hold on to this stuff anymore. That's a spiritual experience. So as you've gone through this process, right, you can't earn your wings back. God's going to give them to you, just pop out of you one day. Whee! I was a blackbird, now I'm a bluebird. I'm a redbird. Right? I don't know how that's going to look, but you're going to take on a new identity, a new look, a new perception. You're going to sing different songs when people say things to you. right? That people accuse you of. Oh, you never. Ah, you'll always. Right? And you sing a different song all of a sudden. Like, whoa, that's cool. Remember when that used to make me punch a wall? Right? Nothing can make you choose. So now that we've done this process, had this experience, or getting these experiences, a collective of experience, start to sing a new song as these new feathers have come in. And wherever you are in that journey, that's kind of the image that I get. How do I not go backwards? Because if you're anything like me, right, backpedaling is just so easy to do. Like sometimes going forward's like, there's a dark cave, I don't want to go in it. Right? It's easier to run back where I came from. How do I not go back there? Hey, that was good. That was amazing. That was a good journey. Feel good about that. Things happened. Whew. How do I keep moving forward? How do I keep implementing the things that I've learned? That's really what this lesson is. That's kind of the farewell, the push you out of the nest with your new feathers. And it's, Luke 9:23, he said to them all, Jesus says to them all, whoever wants to be my disciple must deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. And this cross wasn't like the burden. It's not like, oh, you got to do all this work every day. You know what that cross symbolized? Death. Like all those things that used to define you, you need to die of them. You need to stop talking. You need to do behavioral sequences. You need to die of that old self that was separated from me. Your spirit was independent from my spirit. Through this process, our spirits have connected, and you need to do this on a daily basis. Death of self over. And every day I wake up, and I can choose to be consumed by my emotions of another freaking Monday. Or it can be, another Monday. Who's going to party with me today? Right? That's a moonwalk. You know what? No, I said I was going to learn in the new year, I was going to learn something new, and it was in moonwalk. All right. This is an excerpt out of the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. We must now continue to take personal inventory and continue to set right any new mistakes as we go along. We vigorously commence this way of living as we clean up the past. We have entered the world of the Spirit. Our next function is to grow in understanding and effectiveness. This is not an overnight matter. It should continue for your lifetime. Continue to watch for selfishness, dishonesty, resentment, and fear. When these crop up, we ask God at once to remove them. We discuss them with someone immediately and make amends quickly if we have harmed anyone. Then we resolutely turn our thoughts to someone we can help. Love and tolerance of others is our code. A beautiful paragraph of this what next. Thanks for the gift of healing, and thank you for the journey. Now what? I've had this experience. I got these new feathers. My voice is starting to sing a new song. How do I keep that? I look at every day. And so for me now, I give you this inventory list of a daily inventory. At night, I would check it, like have that and just go through it. Did I start my day with contact with God? Did I start my day with gratitude? And was I look forward to Monday? Did I start my day with please, Lord? Did I ask for wisdom and guidance? Or did I just shoot out of bed and get at it? Did I try to be pleasant to everyone? Right? Did I demonstrate gratitude in my life? Did I totally reject resentment? Did I resist the plums? Poor little old me syndrome. Did I resist the temptation to gossip or criticize? Did I have a spiritual contact with someone today? Did I renew at any time during the day my conscious contact with God, a quiet time, a meditation time, a listening time, a prayer time? Did I close the day with thanks? Where did I serve, give, or pray for others today? And this is a process of